refreshing and ravishing voice, a lively heart of shade and light, powered by passion and ability. Redcarpet TV, you are the best. For festival Thanksgiving, for your birthday, for burial ceremony, we are everywhere. The best among the rest. For wedding ceremony, for carnival, civic reception. For festival, we are there. For Thanksgiving service,
Redcarpet TV, Redcarpet TV.
I know the color of love, and it lives inside of you. Do you know the color of love? Red, red, red Valentine. From all of us at Redcarpet TV, we wish you a loving Valentine. And this Valentine episode begins from Lagos, where our roving lenses pan the length and breadth of the mainland and the island, bringing you memorable moments of celebrations. Then we move to Ilesha in Osun State at the final rites of a father who has left indelible marks on his children, the late Elder Paul Ayodele Oshunkeye, who passed on at 95. And finally, the roll call of royalty, the convergence of celebrities, the ambience and the colo, all these at the wedding between Tolulokwe Oniru and Babatunde Demure, right here in Lagos. Relax, enjoy this with me after this short break. I am Damilola.
The irresistible beats billowed with a breezy spectacle of gyration that created a boisterous bash in the society. The drone of music and draw of allure transmute the city into a compelling sight that pulled party rockers to the scene of revelry. Redcarpet's roving crew recorded and reported some of the flickering gigs that rocked the town over the weekend. The convergence of colorful individuals at the National Museum ground, Lagos Island, amply attested to the worthy life of Mrs. Oluremi Alaba, who passed at 75. Smart men and suave ladies serenaded the comfort of the ambience and good music from the bandstand. Also, the 60th birthday of Professor Pat Utomi, an economics expert and a humble donor, was a bash of splendor at the Musin Center. The decor, the melody, and convergence of distinguished personalities at the center gave a vivid account of the quiet and modest professional, Pat Utomi. The story was not different on the mainland, only the venue. At the Chapel of Christ the Light alongside Kejo, celebration filled the air as 2015 set of Lagos State Christian pilgrims converged for a lively reception. It was a worthy ceremony roiled with fun and fanfare. And finally was the engagement ceremony of Tubosun Adedugba and Tokumbo Akonde that vibrated the summit center with melodious music and passionate dances. The layout of color, parade of lovely faces, and reflective happiness at the venue clearly affirmed the magnificence of the traditional wedding that left everyone in a pool of joy. From the Redcarpet roving crew, we wish the departed rest and the celebrants bliss.
the best among
What goes on as the celebrations continue in boundless proportions on our YouTube platform, Redcarpet Nigeria, where you can always sit back, relax and enjoy all the mind-blowing spectacles of upscale social and corporate events. Follow us on Twitter at Redcarpet NGTV. Join us on Facebook at Redcarpet TV or visit our website on www.redcarpetnigeria.tv. And the party goes on.
Redcarpet TV.
Elisha, the land of great merchants and the rustic capital of the Ijesha nation, Osun State, frothed with the lovely jubilee rhythmic hymns of the choristers of the Christ Apostolic Church, Igbayi, as these attuned everyone to the harmonious lines and rhymes on Friday, February 5th, 2016, at the wake-up ceremony of one of the greatest dads in the world, Elder Paul Ayodele Joshua Oshunkeye. Under a long stretch of tents placed in front of Baba's house and amidst camaraderie, the service held sway. Intermittently, there were scriptural readings by some of the team of pastors present. In a reflective sermon, Pastor Funsho Omoyeni stated that nobody can stop death. The entire Lemodu street of Igbayi Ilesha bubbled with joy as the choir, who were all robed in purple, continually dished out hymns upon hymns till the end of the day. The next day, everyone converged again at the same venue for the interment. Listening to the brief sermon, Baba's children sat round the brown casket, which was placed at the center for all to see. Soon, it was time to bury Baba, and all of the children gathered round the casket to take last-minute photographs with their departed patriarch. With prayers and hymns, the commuters were done, and everyone bade Baba goodbye. And indeed, that was the end of life's journey for a father who lived a worthy life. Living to a ripe old age of 95, Baba made indelible impact in the lives of his children and everyone who came across him. Until his death, it was the Baba Ijo of CAC Igbayi Ilesha. Treading swiftly, guests sashayed into the hallowed confines of Christ Apostolic Church Igbayi Ilesha, into the soothing embrace of lovely hymns and lively songs. In his sermon, Pastor Moses Jolayemi reeled out the exemplary qualities of the departed icon. Prayers were offered for his children, after which family and friends joined them for Thanksgiving session. Surrounded by her children, Baba's widow was prayed for. In appreciation of God's faithfulness and for the success of the funeral service, Baba's son, Shola Oshunkeye, sang a heartfelt song. The withdrawal hymn brought the service to a close. Guests then made their way in a promenade to Chief Bakari compound opposite Ilesha Grammar School, Ilesha, for the reception. The streets of Ilesha clackered and clattered with excitement as it momentarily stood still for the Oshunkeyes. The crackles and brattles of florid rhapsodies elated everyone with titillating jubilance at the reception, especially as Benga Falokwe Junior Band treated guests to exciting times. One after the other, Baba's children danced at the stage. All of Baba's children were wonderful hosts, but one of them ultimately stood out. He is Mr. Shola Oshunkeye, elephantine in size. Mr. Shola is the scion of the Oshukeye family, a journalist par excellence and a great figure in the pen-pushing profession. Mr. Shola is currently the managing director of the Sun newspapers, Ghana. A prose master and a gifted journalist, Mr. Shola Oshukeye was the former editor of the defunct Weekend Concord. He is a very experienced investigative journalist. This is displayed at Tell News magazine, where he worked as a senior associate editor and the head of Abuja Bureau. He was the general editor of the Sun newspapers before his appointment as the managing director and editor-in-chief of the Sun newspapers in Ghana. All this therefore explain why Mr. Shola Oshukeye was the toast of all, as everyone, especially his ilks in the media sector, rallied round him to give his father a befitting burial. His darling wife, Funsho, was also of immense support. At every stage of the funeral, Funsho was beside her husband, making sure everything went well. Shola and Funsho were therefore benevolent recipients of great goodwill as guests swarmed round them on the dance floor. The entrance of the governor of Osun State, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, who was an esteemed guest of Shola Oshukeye, caused a scintillating stare as everyone struggled to catch a glimpse of the man who has been lifting Osun, the land of virtue, to great heights. Either in church or at a reception, royal fathers and top journalists also gathered to honor the media mogul, Mr. Shola Oshukeye, unarguably one of the living legends of robust, cerebral and intriguing general interest journalism, and the dances continued till the very late hours of the day. Redcarpet TV spoke with some of Baba's children.
He was more than a father. He was my hero. He never went to school like I told you, but we call him a professor because the kind of deposit God did in his brain, you can't just imagine it. You know, he had solution to virtually every problem, and if he gave you a word of advice, you better stick by it, otherwise you will live to regret it. I mean his native intelligence.
I regard my father as a very compassionate man, a man who was very generous and who always loved to help people at any point by which you meet him.
My father-in-law was a fantastic person. He was a wonderful man, great father, the greatest father in the world.
The pastor, he was a man of God, he was a man who supported the work of God, he was a man who trained his children very well, as you could see, and he fostered unity within the church. He supported the work of God, and I think he's somebody worthy of admiration.
From the Redcarpet TV crew, we felicitate with Mr. Shola Oshukeye and his siblings on the success of the burial of their father, Elder Paul Ayodele Joshua Oshukeye.
With dominance of elegance, dazzles of cadences and drizzles of magnificence, the dignified Maliu Landmark Event Center or Niru Estate, drilled with dashes of influence, with a confluence of eminence and prominence. This preponderance of color and panoply of class, which plummeted the entire center into a pulsating paradise, were the pants of pleasure that punctuated the imposing traditional wedding of the popular and air personality, Princess Tolulokwe Afuset or Niru, popularly known as Tools, and her pilot bill, Captain Babatunde Tolulokwe Demure, on Saturday, January 30th, 2016. From the immaculate couple's arc to the glittering layout of decor, exhibition of lovely bridal items, and lifting faces of lively guests, the wedding was an engaging plop of allure with a parade of galaxy of stars,
drawn from the Nigerian entertainment industry, where the couple holds sway. While the entire hall smoldered in a pulchritude of silver and bright candles that dotted the flowery tables, come the guests in blue, white, peach and wine fabrics glowed in colorful sequences as smiling faces brightened up the hall. They were warmly welcomed into the sizzling aura by the reverberating Edo bridal songs. The arrival of the bride's father and custodian of tradition in the eyebrow area of Lagos, Oba Dr. Idowu Abiodun Oniru, the Oniru of Iruland, alongside his royal counterpart, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, the Alaafin of Oyo, beckoned the commencement of the event. With a convivial exchange of homages, eulogies and royal salutations among the conclave of royal fathers at the venue, the Alagaidro switched on the occasion and passionately paddled the affairs to a jolly dimension. Saluting the host were the groom's family, led by Dr. Harold and Mrs. Afusat Demure, who have come to ask for the beautiful hand of a princess of Iruland in marriage to their son. The entrance of the groom Babatunde Demure with his pantheon of Nigerian artists plunged the hall into a euphoric shindig. Cute, cultured, collected and charismatic, the ebullient captain wound his way into the heart of his in-laws, paying all necessary courtesies in line with the dictates of the encore. He also thanked his parents, had photographs with them before settling on the couple's couch, waiting for his bride. Beautiful and gigantic engagement letters were exchanged and presented by both parents, and the proposal letter was read by the bride's sister, Koforola Oniru. In no time, the bubbly bride burst in with swag amidst her chic babes, dainty, chirpy, sexy and self-assured, with a structured figure. Tolulokwe, the famous Beat FM presenter, beat her way to matrimony. As expected, she harvested blessings for her parents and royal fathers. Then she headed for her parents-in-laws, where she was unveiled, accepted and inducted into their fold. She thereafter joined her groom at the couple's gallery, where the engagement ring was presented and slipped on her finger. Without wasting time, the bride's family formally handed her over to the groom's parents, and T-Square became one in love. Supervised by Sheilo, a prolific comedian, the engagement cake was cut, and a passionate kiss ensued between the couple. The well-attended traditional wedding soon dissolved into a vibrant reception, with King Sunny Ade dictating the tempo from the stage. The comfort and hospitality of guests at the venue was spectacular, with a constant flow of continental meals and wines. The coarser sides of the venue, the class of the occasion and the caliber of the attendants partly testify to the influence and affluence of the prestigious royal family from Iruland, Victoria Island, Lagos, Oba Dr. Idowu Oniru and his amiable queen, Olori Risikat Abisoye Oniru. While Oba Oniru proved his traditional waff at his daughter's wedding, Olori Risikat simply displayed her genial and graceful mien, As a retired police officer and the Yeye Akbesi of Ireland, Olori Risakat enjoyed the presence of top socialites on her day of glory. For the couple, this was a moment that has been worth the wait. The bride, popularly known as Tools, is an on-air personality with a name that rings a bell in the Nigerian entertainment industry. While her husband, Babatunde, a pilot and co-founder of the Empire Mates Entertainment, EME. Today, they have used the instrumentality of their profession and social status to pull the presence of heavyweight personalities, especially in the entertainment industry. Redcarpet TV spoke to their parents and some other guests.
Proud of her. She's a very good girl. And I wish her best of luck, long life and prosperity to anything that he lays her heart upon. We pray for God's guidance and God Almighty to give her equal children and take the same position she has got.
ọmọ ilẹ̀ ọmọ àgbòdì ọba aṣọ́lé bá pẹ̀kọ́ ọmọ àpẹ̀kọ́ má fòmìnì jẹ ọmọ nànà kúkúrú elériko ẹ̀ka wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ nìdú gan-an kò ṣe fọ́kọ́rọ́ kò ṣe fara bọ́ọ̀dẹ̀ rú wọn lọ ọmọ onírú máa.
The family that prays together, they stay together. So it's important that they always pray together and put God first in their life. Then God will bless everything they will do.
I advise that they should live in harmony, in the spirit of give and take, so that they can have very happy and successful marriage.
From the Redcarpet TV crew, we congratulate Tolu and Tunde Demure and we wish them a blissful matrimony.
Kábíyèsí o, Ọba Táíwò Onírù doing some royal moves there. Jẹ̀lẹ́ńkẹ́ ni jó ọba. To be part of a red carpet clientele, call the numbers showing on your screen to get that red carpet feel. Come next week, we'll be bringing you the frills and fleekers, the musical prowess of the Tungba maestro, Yinka Ayefele, and the final rites of passage of the late Mrs. Olabimpe Oguni. Until then, I am Damilola. Do have a fantastic week ahead.
Redcarpet TV, Redcarpet